Hello there, Liverpool fans. Back with another video to talk about the preview for the Champions League Final against Tottenham on Saturday, the first of June. So yeah, watching the Europa League Final yesterday, it was a very bad atmosphere. The stadium and the fans that were in the stadium, it was like a pre-season friendly match. If I'm honest, the atmosphere, and it was terrible. Hopefully the match in Madrid is nothing like this, but I don't know why UEFA play these important matches in such far away cities, and it's so expensive for the fans, and it's so hard to get there in the first place to actually attend the match, let alone to try and get a ticket for it. And yeah, so I didn't enjoy it. The second half, Chelsea went on to beat Arsenal 4-1. They absolutely battered them in the final. I knew it. I told a lot of people before the match that Chelsea would win. Chelsea would beat Arsenal very easily because Arsenal are just a team that crumble. Any little pressure that you put on them, any sustained period of pressure, and if they concede the goal during that period of pressure, then they fall apart, they capitulate. And that's exactly what happened again against Chelsea. Now, Chelsea will be the opponents of either Liverpool or Tottenham in the European Super Cup in August. So we have to be careful with that one. But for the Champions League final, I just wanted to make this preview about the match. And yeah, it's just been too long, man. Honestly, too long. It feels like we've been waiting for years, for months, for years for the match to start. It's been 3 weeks since the season's ended, and I'm just praying to God that we haven't lost the rhythm. I'm praying to God that we haven't lost the form that we were in before the season ended, because it's been too long, and we have to wait until Saturday, so we've got another 2 days basically. Yeah, at the end of the season, Liverpool, I said it in the final review of the game against Wolves, the 2-0 victory we had in the league, the final league game. And I think that we're on very good form, Liverpool Football Club. We're playing some outstanding football. Every department on the pitch seems to be doing their job to the maximum, to the fullest. And yeah, so there's no excuses. Liverpool are the better team than Tottenham. It's been proven in the league season. We finished 25 points ahead of Tottenham in the league. And we've beaten them twice, although they were quite close games. Both the one at Wembley and especially the one at Anfield, where we won in the last seconds of the game, the final minute of the game. But we should have too much for Tottenham. There's no excuses from Klopp. He needs to play a dynamic midfield of Fabinho. There's no Keita. So it'll have to be Wijnaldum, and if not Shaqiri, then Henderson. I would prefer him to play Shaqiri because Shaqiri has more creativity. He has more guile. He's better at set pieces. But knowing Klopp, he won't play Shaqiri. He'll keep him as a substitute. So it's a toss up between Fabinho will definitely play, Wijnaldum, I feel, and it's going to be either Henderson or James Milner in the midfield. So we have to wait and see how it pans out on the pitch. Hopefully they have the intensity. Hopefully they're not tired. They have the quality on the day to beat Tottenham, because, as I said it in my previous video, the final will be decided on the midfield. The midfield battle is key to who wins this game. So we need to make sure that we're playing good in midfield. We're creating chances for the front players. We're playing early balls into Mane, Salah and Firmino, that they can then get the ball, turn and then attack Tottenham at pace, because this is what is going to disrupt Tottenham. Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen are not very they're not very agile players. They're not very athletic. Davinson Sanchez is the younger player, but he tends to ball watch as well sometimes. So we can definitely create chances against them. It's just at the other end, at our end. Van Dijk is a very good defender, along with Alisson, our goalkeeper, who's a very steady, very assured, a very confident goalkeeper. But the thought of Matip coming up against maybe Harry Kane or Son or Lucas Moura is quite frightening, really, because they have pace. They have pace to burn these players, and they will put him under pressure. Don't you have any, don't have any, don't you worry about that. Basically, they will make sure that he's constantly under pressure when they attack our goal, when they get the opportunities. So we need to make sure that we score. We have to take the game from the first half. Don't leave it to the second half. Win the game in the first half, as we saw with Arsenal yesterday. Against Chelsea, they didn't play badly in the first half. Arsenal, they didn't play brilliantly, but they were in the game. It was 0-0, and they had spells in the first half where they were on top, but they didn't take their opportunities. And look what happened in the second half. They got annihilated by Chelsea because the team that has the better quality shines through in the end. So Liverpool have the quality to beat Tottenham, don't get me wrong, but Tottenham will also feel that this could be their only chance of getting to a Champions League final and actually winning the European Cup. So they're going to give everything that they've ever had into this game. And we need to be aware of that, Liverpool. We need to make a fast start, as we usually do in games against Tottenham. I mean, we've done it in the past, probably 2 or 3 seasons in the league against Tottenham, and we've got the rewards, we've got the early goals, especially at Anfield. So we need to do that again, basically, and Klopp needs to play it tactically perfect this time. Don't mess with the team, Klopp, please. Play the best players that you have available to you. We have no Keita, so it's going to be Wijnaldum, it's going to be either Henderson or Milner, unfortunately, because Fabinho is definitely going to be in there for his performances. He deserves to be in there. And Oxlade-Chamberlain, I would say Oxlade-Chamberlain for his directness, for his energy, for his running ability. But is he going to be match fit? Is he going to be 100% to play in a Champions League final? And that would be a big risk for Liverpool, putting him in. So I would prefer Shaqiri, as I said before, because Shaqiri is a very lively player. He's a very creative player, a very quality player on the ball, basically. He can create chances, he can take free kicks, corners, he can play the killer pass. He's done it all throughout the season when he's played, but Klopp just seems to favour, Henderson and Wijnaldum for some unknown reason. They are decent players, don't get me wrong, and Wijnaldum scored twice against Barcelona to help us get to the final. So in my opinion, he deserves to be in the final more than Henderson does, Wijnaldum. But Henderson really needs to put in a captain's performance against Tottenham. None of this sideways negative football, sideways and backwards. Take the ball, try and go forward with the ball. Try and play good passes into the front players, because this is the final, man. We need to play our best football, We've done very well during the season, and we've ended up runners-up behind Man City by 1 point. So we've had a very good season in the league. We should have been champions, because of a few unforeseen draws that we had earlier in the season, in about February time. We ended up giving them the initiative to go back to the top, and they took that initiative. They were fortunate as well. Don't tell me that they deserved it, City. Some of the media and some of the pundits on the television and the videos that we see online, all the things that they speak about as if City ran away with the title. They're such an unbelievable team, a great team. You're kidding yourselves, because City were lucky in a lot of games. I can name a few now. The Burnley game where they won it with a goal that barely crossed the line in the second half. The Leicester City game at the end where it took that thunderbolt from Vincent Kompany to win it. Even he doesn't score those kind of goals. That was a 1 in a million, kind of goal from Kompany. And, other games that they didn't deserve to win. The Tottenham game at the Etihad, where Tottenham had chances, but they didn't take their chances. It was only 1-0. Tottenham could easily have got a draw from that. They could have easily won that game at the Etihad, because City looked nervous. They looked panicky on that day against Tottenham, and it wasn't to be. We won our games. That's the disappointing factor. We actually won all our games until the end of the season. And to see us not win the title was very disappointing. So now we have a second chance to win the European Cup, the Champions League, for a 6th time, and bring it back to our home, to Anfield, and celebrate with the fans. We need that piece of silverware. Don't be telling me that it's very good that we've got to the final. I don't care anymore that we got to the final. We need to win it, man. When you get to a final, a major European Cup final, you need to win that, especially teams like Liverpool, you know, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal. Look at Chelsea. They're proven winners. We slate them, you know, we call them the rent boys and this and that. But when they get to the final, they're like a different animal, Chelsea. They always perform. They always turn up. They always have the big players on the day to win the game. And that's exactly what they did again yesterday. They won the game easily in the second half. They dismantled Arsenal. They destroyed them, you know. So, yeah, Liverpool needs to prove. We need to prove our pedigree now. We need to win. We need to win, and we need to lift that European trophy, bring it back to Anfield, you know, bring it back to the city of Liverpool. And my words, the major celebration that will take place, the parade and everything, it will just be off the scale. You know, the amount of supporters in the streets celebrating with the team. It will just give the city a massive lift, a massive uplift, you know, going into next season. And it will probably spur us on to go and win the title. I have no doubt, honestly. I mean, we were so close this year, 1 point. Next year, with the confidence, the morale of winning the European Cup, we can actually win it, I feel. We'll probably go on to win the title. So, yeah, there's no excuses, Liverpool. As I said, I mean, I've been supporting this club for 31 years now. And I've seen Liverpool win the title. I've seen the league title. I've seen Liverpool win the European Cup, win the FA Cup, the League Cup. And I've also seen Liverpool in very bad situations in the league, you know, dropping down to 8th, 7th or 8th in certain seasons and not really performing to the best level. But we haven't had the players. We haven't had decent players to perform in the league consistently. We've had decent matches against certain teams in previous seasons, but it has never been consistent. You know, we may have turned up for 5 or 6 games or 10 games, and then after that we started to fall away again. We've never had a team that can consistently perform week in, week out for a 38-game season. And that's what I feel we did the past season against City. We were probably the best team in the league. We were better than City because we only lost 1 game. But they took it with a 1 point difference, you know, 1 point gap. So we can't dwell on that for too long, you know. Life goes on, life carries on, and we need to be up for the Champions League final. And to beat Tottenham, as I pointed out before, we need to make an early start to the game. If we can get the early goal, I feel that Tottenham will crumble because they've not been in the European Cup final for so many years. Probably God knows how long it's been since they've actually played in a final in Europe, especially the European Cup. I don't think they've ever reached the final of the European Cup in their history. So this is the perfect opportunity for Liverpool because Ajax, although I wanted Ajax in the final, Ajax would have been a very young team, a team that doesn't have anything to lose, basically. And they could have caused us problems in the final. But Tottenham, we know Tottenham. They know us, we know them. But we've beaten them twice this season. So I think that gives us both the psychological edge and quality-wise, we're a better team than Tottenham, I feel. We've got better players, you know, that can beat them on the day, put them to the sword. And we need to do it, Liverpool. Because from certain reports and sources that I'm hearing, and I'm watching on, you know, online in some of the videos, they're saying that FSG may not be willing to put money into the club this summer. So if that's the case, then we have to carry on with the same squad next year. Basically, maybe at the most we'll probably get 1 or 2 players in, and even they could be squad players. They may not be first 11 players. So we have to wait and see. But that's the thing with these owners, man. I don't want to be negative before a major European Cup final, but how can you, for the love of God, how can you even think that you're going to challenge Manchester City and you can't be bothered to spend, you know, put investment into the club? You know, I saw some of the videos of the Arsenal fans complaining about their owners, that they haven't invested, they haven't brought in good players, and they're just in it for their own, you know, for their own profit, basically, to make money for themselves. They're American owners, and it's pretty similar with us because if you look at the facts, over the 7, 8 years that they've been here, FSG haven't exactly, you know, set the world alight, have they, with their signings and their investment in the club? Whereas Man City, Pep Guardiola gets every player that he wants. You know, if he wants a certain type of player at a certain quality, they go out and they put the money there and they buy the player. As with Liverpool, we have to wait years, you know, to get in quality players. Look, we bought Alisson, Van Dijk, Keita and Shaqiri last season, and look at the difference it made. We were nearly champions, you know, 1 point away from being champions of the league. So A record-breaking season for Liverpool, 97 points amassed in a 38-game season, which is unbelievable. I've never seen Liverpool, collect so many points in a season, win so many games since the 90s, And even in the 90s, we didn't achieve this, but we went on to win the league. But the standards were not as high in those days, and Liverpool was so used to winning it was automatic. Before the start of a season, the bookies would already make Liverpool favourites before a ball had even been kicked. We were so good, so far ahead of the other teams in the league. But it's changed in the Premier League era. It's changed, and we've ended up going backwards, unfortunately. And because of, as I said before, average players coming into the club, average managers at times being appointed, we haven't been good enough to even get into the top four, let alone to put in a title challenge and go for the league. So I want to see this carry on, basically. This is what I'm trying to get at. It's no point just doing it for one season and then the next season you fall away, or you sell your best player, one of your best players, for money, and then you just end up going backwards again. You just end up crumbling, falling away. And hopefully this time FSG don't make that mistake. They mustn't sell anybody from the team, and they have to bring in a few more players of very good quality that can go straight into the 11. We want squad depth, but to have squad depth, you need to buy the best players available. Maybe Mathis de Ligt as a defender, Fekir as a midfielder, attacking midfielder, or even Memphis Depay. And as a striker, I'd say Timo Werner. If we can get in these players, or maybe a Mauro Icardi, these kind of players. These are top quality players that have played in the European game, and they've been playing for many years now. So we need these players to push on, because City will only get stronger. We hate them, we despise of them because of the money and the way that they act as if they're the biggest club in the country, in the world, when they've only won 6 titles compared to Liverpool's 18. They're so far behind, but they've become cocky. They've become arrogant because they've been winning all these trophies over these seasons, and that's just made them very confident, very very assured of their team, and they know what to expect now in the coming seasons. So to keep up with this, Liverpool need to spend again this summer. There's no point in saying that we have a good enough team. The likes of Gomez as a defender, the likes of Matip. These players are always prone to injury. They're always likely to pick up injuries, even in pre-season training. And we cannot be relying on bloody Lovren, please. For the love of God. Jurgen Klopp needs to get rid of the deadwood, man. Get rid of Lovren. Get rid of Sturridge, I'd say. Get rid of Moreno. Get rid of Mignolet. All these players need to go, man. Send them, sell them to somebody. Get the money in. Don't think about the money, how much they're worth. Just get the money in, whatever you can get for these players. And then we can try and bring in better players, better quality players in those positions. In the goalkeeping department, in defence, in midfield, up front. We need cover, man, because it's going to be a very intense season, a very busy season again next year. We're going to be involved in all 4 competitions again, so we will need all these players to fill in at times during the season, and we need the performance level to be up there with the first 11. If you have a massive drop off from your first 11 to your substitutes, then it affects the team. You can't perform to the highest level, and you end up dropping points. You end up drawing games that you should be winning, or even losing games because they're not good enough to perform. So I want to see all these things happening at Liverpool fans, and we go into the final on the back of an outstanding season in the league, and we need to make sure that we push our advantage home. We win the game, because I can't even imagine the feeling that the fans will have if we lose to Tottenham. My words, it'll be unbearable. I mean, I would prefer to lose to the European team rather than Tottenham, but to lose to these bloody, to the Yid Army, it'd just be terrible, man. Going into the season, the following season, and to see them boasting, to see them, laughing at Liverpool, taking the piss, and it'll just be terrible for Liverpool. It'll be a fucking nightmare, So we need to make sure that we put them away. We put them away. We put them in their place. They didn't really deserve to be in the final. We dismantled Barcelona 4-0 at Anfield. They came back from 2-0 against Ajax to win 3-2 in Amsterdam, but they were fortunate. They know that they were fortunate because there were only seconds remaining when they got the 3rd goal. And the fact that Ajax don't have experience of playing in these kind of major European semi-finals, they kind of shot themselves in the foot and lost the game to Tottenham. If it had been a more experienced team, a more assured team, then they would never have given them the chance to score that goal in the 95th minute. So, all in all, Liverpool fans, yeah, I'm very confident. You know, I may not seem like it on the video, but I'm just a bit tired at the moment. So, I'm very confident going into the final. We should have no problems, really. We will have problems during the game, but we need to beat Tottenham. We're better than Tottenham in all departments, I feel, and we've had the much better season in the league campaign, which doesn't guarantee that you're going to play better in the final, but it proves that we are a better team than Tottenham over the course of 38 games. So in the one game, and we've beaten them twice as well. So in this 90 minutes, 95 minutes in the Champions League final, we need to show our quality. We need to show how much better we are than them, basically, than Tottenham. So, as I said, Klopp needs to play the right team, though. He needs to employ the right tactics for the game, for this specific game. He needs to employ the right tactics, the right system in place that will enable us to beat Tottenham. And yeah, hopefully the scenes that we witness in Madrid will be off the scale. They'll be unbelievable, the celebrations, and we can say that the season actually means something. We've won a trophy, a major trophy, and we've brought it back to England. And the fact that we'll be playing City in the Community Shield on the 4th of August is another good game to look forward to. Although it's not a major piece of silverware, it's the start of the season, but just the enjoyment that we will get from beating City, the confidence for the upcoming season will be brilliant. It will be massive. And of course, then we may have another game against Chelsea in the European Super Cup. So Liverpool are starting to get back to that elite level of football now. We're starting to play with the big teams again, get into major finals, going all the way in the league season until the final game. So this is what we want to see at Liverpool. And this only happens if you have consistency. You buy in the right players. To do this, we need to have ambitious owners. FSG, they need to prove that they're the right owners for Liverpool. Now is the time to buy the quality players. Now is the time to make Liverpool better every season, to push us on to be champions, to be the best team in the league, probably one of the best teams in Europe if we win the European Cup now in a couple of days. And yeah, all we can do, Liverpool fans, is hope and wait and see what happens over the summer. But now we just concentrate on the final against Tottenham in Madrid, and good luck to the boys. We've deserved it, man. After that incredible turnaround against Barcelona, there's no better team in the world from Liverpool that deserved to be in the final because of that performance against Barcelona, that unbelievable 4-0. We deserve to win this trophy, man. We deserve to win it. You know, we take it back to England, and Tottenham will say the same. You know, Tottenham will feel that they've had an unbelievable run as well in the Champions League, which they have. But if you look at the way that Liverpool dismantled Bayern Munich and then Barcelona, I feel that we've had the tougher games in the knockout rounds than Tottenham have. And yeah, so all in all, Liverpool fans, that's about it. I just wanted to make this a quick preview for the Champions League final, and to talk a bit about the FSG and their policies regarding transfers, that we really need to buy players. Please, the Liverpool fan base needs to put pressure on the owners, because it's all well and good that we did well this season, but there's no guarantee next year. If you don't keep up with the big teams like City, Chelsea, and look at Chelsea, they had so many players missing, and they can still turn on the magic in the final, in the Europa League final, and win the game. Although they played a weak Arsenal team, you know, a very bad Arsenal team, they're able to play on the big day, on the big stage, and perform and win the game, Chelsea. And they will definitely be there again next season. They may not be challenging for the title, but they will have a major say. They'll be in the top 3 or 4 again, Chelsea, I have no doubt. Probably along with Tottenham again, because Arsenal and Man United are further behind. And it's going to take them a long while to get back up to that level, that high level that they were on before. So this is a chance for Liverpool to perform again and to put City under pressure in the early stages of the season. We need to do exactly what we did this season, the past season. Win, 5 to 10 games on the bounce at the beginning of the season, and get in front of City, and then take it from there, and try and go on the whole 38 games and win the league. You know, this time. Hopefully we can do it. Hopefully we have the quality, we have the ambition, and we have the consistency again that we had the previous season, and we can achieve it this time because you know, we keep saying development, we keep saying progress on the Klopp, but if he doesn't actually win a trophy, if he doesn't actually make the success real, make it tangible, because success is a term that you can use for everything, but to win a trophy, to win a cup, is the major part of being successful. When you win that trophy, you actually lift it in front of the fans. That gives you the belief to be the best in Europe, in the country. So, you know, you may finish the league season in the top 2, the top 3, but that's forgotten about. The next season, you start from the beginning again. It doesn't actually mean anything finishing second. You don't win anything. You don't get a medal from it, do you? So it's all well and good saying that we've progressed, we've become a better team in the 4 years that Klopp's been here, but to make him an elite manager, to make us an elite team, we need to win that cup, that Champions League trophy. We need to win it, man. There's no ifs and buts and maybes. We need to do it, you know. And this is what the entire Liverpool fan base are waiting for. And hopefully we have enough. The only thing that makes me worried is the fact that we've had 3 weeks off from the end of the season. They've been training, you know, they've been training in Marbella, but because of the hot weather, maybe it's affected them, you know. And also on the day in Madrid, I think they said it's going to be 32 degrees, 33 degrees going into the game. So it could sap the energy of the players. They need to play smartly. They need to make sure that the passes are crisp. They need to make sure that they use their energy to the fullest, but they use it sensibly. Don't rush the game, you know. Don't go out, you know, the first 10, 15 minutes all guns blazing, and then you're knackered for the rest of the game, for the 75 minutes left. You need to use your energy. You need to pass the ball, and we need to be fast. You know, we need to have a good tempo to the game, and show Tottenham that we mean business, that we want to take care of them early, put them to the sword early. You know, so that's about it, Liverpool fans. Thank you again for watching my latest video. I know that I said a couple of weeks ago that I probably won't make a video regarding the Champions League final, but I just felt that I had to come on here and make a video, a preview video for the Champions League final for Liverpool fans, you know, to watch and to enjoy. And hopefully you enjoy what I've talked about. You like it. You make your comments in the comment section below, and up the mighty Redmen, basically, up the Reds. Hopefully we win it, and we win our 6th European Cup in our history. And we'll have a very good summer, you know. We'll be buzzing during the summer, and the confidence that gives us, the belief for next season, will be massive. Will be very good, you know, and we can push on and hopefully win it next year, the league title. We should be the favourites again next year, along with City. But City, I think next year will definitely go for the Champions League, because they've won it now 2 years in a row, the league. So they feel that they have something missing. They feel that they need to achieve something in European football now. And even Guardiola is not happy. You know, they won the treble, but he's not happy because he knows that the owners are expecting him to do well in the European Cup. You know, and that's what they're going to go for next season. So we need to take advantage. If we win the European Cup now, then that means next season we don't take it easy, but we won't be, you know, madly going for the Champions League because we've won it and we've been to the final 2 years in a row now. So the league, the Premier League title will be the priority again next year for Liverpool to win. And it's the holy grail for all Liverpool fans. This is the one that we want, the league championship, man. We've always wanted it, you know, for 30 years now. So we need to actually put that hoodoo away. We need to win it and shut everybody up and get our 19th league title, you know. So that's it, Liverpool fans. Again, thank you very much for watching my latest video on the Champions League final preview against Tottenham Hotspur. And hopefully we do it, man. I'm praying to God. I can't even think about it. I dread to think what will happen if we don't do it, man. Really, I mean, the summer will be a bloody nightmare. I saw some of the Arsenal fans on the Arsenal fan TV last night after the match, and they were absolutely distressed. They were absolutely off their heads because you can't blame them. They put all their They put all their eggs into one basket to get to the final, and then to lose to Chelsea. They didn't just lose. They lost heavily. They lost very badly against Chelsea, and that upset them even more, the Arsenal faithful. So yeah, we need to make sure that we beat Tottenham, because we are the better team. No matter what the media say, the media, the pundits, and the newspapers, they're trying to big up Tottenham to try and help them along the way to try and beat Liverpool. But Liverpool are the favourites. Liverpool are the better team than Tottenham, the stronger team. And if we play to our best ability, we will beat them. I have no doubts at all that we will beat them. We've done them already twice in the league. We've beaten them, home and away. So we have to do it again, Liverpool fans. And that will be the end of the season. And hopefully I see you back for the beginning of the season. I won't be making a video after the final, because there's no point. You know, if we win, we'll be celebrating. We'll be off our heads. If we lose, we'll be depressed. And I don't want to come on here and give people a headache again, like I did last year. You know, after the Real Madrid disaster that we had, the bloody mistakes from Karius made me rant. You know, made me, you know, swear in the video and go crazy. And I don't want to do that again. So I'll just need time to recover, basically. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but if it ends up happening, and you won't see me until pre-season, until we start playing the pre-season games again. And as Liverpool fans always say, we go again. This means more to Liverpool. We have to do it, man. We have to show that we're an elite club now. We're an elite team in the league and in Europe, and we have to be consistent again, as we were this season, for next season. So that's it, Liverpool fans. Again, I thank you for your support, for your, you know, viewing the videos, and hopefully speak to you again at the beginning of next season, and we can enjoy another successful 2019-2020 season in the league. So see you later. Take care of yourselves, and hope for a victory for the Reds in Madrid. Bye bye.